Alrighty then, it's time for us to play Cinders again. And we've done all the fairy tale endings and independent woman endings. We're gonna do the traveler endings. And actually, apparently you can be, most part you're like a traveler, but there's actually one way of being like a fugitive. So we're gonna do the fugitive, with Perrault. Running away as a fugitive with Perrault, basically. That's the first thing we're gonna do. So, yo. And for that, our first choice is gonna be should get what they deserve. Next is lie to her. And next one, lays around. Then we have no, did you? Next is, are you not tired of this? Then we have, what if I refuse? Then we shall go to town. Next is, ask him. And Carmosa is not worth it. And then we do some haggle. Now we're going to go to the inn. And we're going to approach him. Next is, you were brave to fight them. And then we're gonna go home to our residence. We are going to talk back to her. Okay, so to get the fugitive ending, you have to fail in poisoning Carmosa, and and to be able to poison her in the first place, you have to not know a way of arresting her, and you also, to get the fugitive ending here, you have to not know about the money problem. So what you can do is either we don't follow the mysterious visitor, and Cinders would not have any idea about the money problem at all, or you can still do it if you want to, like, I don't know, try to get fugitive with Tobias, I guess. I'm not sure if that works, but maybe. But because basically following the mysterious visitor gives you plus and minus points depending on what you do with Tobias. That's like kind of the thing, and you get knowledge of the money problem. But if you have knowledge, if you do follow the mysterious visitor here, you can also, if you don't tell Carmosa further on that you know about the money problem, you can apparently still get the fugitive ending. I'm actually gonna for once stay in the room, but you can do either one. Just like, either don't follow the mysterious visitor, or further on, don't tell Carmosa that you know about the money problem. That's like part of how you get the fugitive ending, and you also have to, like, I guess, like, not know about the forged invitations and stuff like that. But we have to, like, fail in poisoning her. But and be suspected, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna stay in the room this time. We can do either. Just like, remember, if you do this one, you have to not tell her that you know about the money problem. Alright, so the next one here is, why were you so cruel to Gloria? Oh, and also, if you chose to go follow the mysterious visitor, the guide I'm following said that you should, like, confront Tobias now and then not trust him, and that not trusting him gives you minus points with Tobias. So, like, if you're going for Perrault, you can get, like, minus points with Tobias. I don't know, but whatever. Then we're gonna, why do you care? And you are so bitter. Why do people get married? For political gains. Next is, you are so cruel. Next here is, so you're not a witch? And then we have, not really. I'm not sure if this is new, but Cinders comes home and, yeah, this dude is there. She's like, who are you? Oh, no one important, no one important. Merely here to do a little business with the madame. I'll leave it right away. I won't want to discuss the lovely mademoiselle with my foul presence. Wait a moment, what business? Pardon me, but I really must be going. What's that all about? He certainly seemed to be hiding something. Ah, of course, because we didn't choose to go out at night to the forest. So now Cinders doesn't know, has never seen him before, because if we had followed the mysterious visitor, we would have seen him before. Cinders would have been like, what are you doing here again? Like, are you working for Tobias again? Like, what? So now we don't have that option. If we had gone after Mysterious Visitor, This specific guy that I'm following said that we should have asked him, please tell me, which is like usually the only option that like doesn't make him tell you, I think. But yeah. Let's ask Gloria. Now we're gonna be fine. Fine, you can take your precious secret to the grave if you want. Maybe I will. I certainly won't share it with an impertinent child like you. Oh yeah, this is because we need to not know things. Yeah. You don't have to be so high and mighty all the time. We get enough of that from Carmosa. Why make it worse? Oh, cut out the oppressed rebel act. You get more respect if you behave more maturely. The conversation's over, except you'll be in the dining room in a few minutes. I expect you'll be. I have better things to do with my time. Right, as always. The game says that we haven't seen this before. Oh, this we probably have seen. And now we're gonna call them both hopeless. And we will tell Gloria. We're gonna choose forest, it seems. Cool. And then we go to town. Alright, next at Carmosa, Carmosa, what am I saying? At Madame Getty's. I'm not that independent. Next is beg to differ. And Carmosa's daughters, they are the worst. And I wait for my chance. And we are going to go to the inn. Next is actually tell me about yourself. And then we have perhaps you should settle down. Ooh, see, now I haven't followed exactly the guide because I didn't go to the forest. But since we don't want points with Tobias, because basically we didn't follow him to the forest, we don't know anything that he's involved in that transaction, so we're not here to like ask him what happened that night. So but we don't want points with him, like romance points, because we're going for Perrault. So we're gonna be friendly. I was just in town and wanted to pay you a visit. Maybe even listen to your words of wisdom. Huh, really? Why not? Whenever we speak, you have something thoughtful to say. Thoughtful? Are you sure it's not something more like pompous and self-inflated? Huh, hey, well maybe a little bit of that too. But you're still a good friend, and I can always count on you for advice. Well, you're welcome to it, for what it's worth. I'm just happy that we can still see each other. We're not children anymore, so it's harder these days. In some ways, we had more freedom back then. Definitely did, especially when it came to seeing each other. That and getting away with pranks like hiding a dead rat in your nanny's shoe. Goodness, you remember that? How could I forget? The look on her face when she found it will always stay with me. I feel so guilty about it, but I still can't help but laugh when I picture it. Same here, poor Nanny. She was such a dear. He got into so much trouble, but I still enjoyed myself. As did I. Well, I need to get going now. Gloria will have a fit if I don't return early. She's taking her role of house guardian very seriously. Can imagine your sister's always been serious about everything. I think we've seen this, but if you do go after them, a mysterious visitor, at this point here, you will disagree with him about something. Like, yeah, disagree, or whatever. That's, like, the only choice you have. Gloria's not my sister, she's Carmosa's daughter. Yep. Alright, and here we shall choose you were wrong. Now we're gonna fight back. Time for us to go to the tavern. Okay, so this time when we meet him here, Cinders has some other lines because we didn't follow the shady character in the night. So really now, you come to my house with some important business, and then when I politely ask you about it, you storm out. Now all I get is, not you again. Really, quite a gentleman you are. Pardon, missy, I was too keen on them noble manners. Oh, but I'm so glad to see you. I need to ask you a couple of questions, and here you are, ready and willing to answer to the fullest extent. You are willing to answer it, aren't you? Oy, scary thought too. What questions do you have in mind? Days ago you came to our home talk with Carmosa. I want to know what it was about. I was just some gossip about her, nothing of importance really. Oh sure, Carmosa is well known to pay for important and trivial information. Yeah, I think this is the same, it was just like in the beginning. Alright, so here, to get the fugitive ending, you have to make him not tell you about the forgeries, right? So which of these is not gonna work, I think, depends on what personality you've gotten, Cinders, which is like all the choices you make either count with plus and minus points for romance and or plus and minus points for personality, I think. So like Cinders can be good, bad, smart. There are like 4 different personalities, and if you follow this guide, I think it says that this one should be the one that's not going to work. But basically, you somehow want him to not tell you. You want to fail, because otherwise you can't get fugitive. So I'm just gonna like casually save here, and then we're gonna hope that this is the one where he doesn't tell us. With a connection with Carmosa. I still find it beautiful what you've told me, but there are so many things missing, my friend. Like, why is it so important for Carmosa that the ball will be a masquerade? Puzzles me even more is how you knew it'd be interesting for her in the first place. You would have to know her pretty well to figure that. Ha! We didn't make him spill. Alright, so if you, going after him in the night didn't matter. Basically, it's like all the other choices with personality. So, in that case, it's focus on connection with Carmosa, because then he's not gonna tell. Which is exactly what we want to get fugitive ending. Next is, can I go to? Next is seductive, because we are going for Perrault. Next is sure. Also, just a comment here, when Carmosa calls everyone in to talk to her, now, the way I'm playing here is that Cinders doesn't actually know about the money problem, so I don't even get the choice to, I think, to, mention that we know the money problem or not. But if you did follow the mysterious visitor into the woods and you know about the money problem and you want the fugitive ending, it's very, very important that you don't mention the money problem. You have to either not know about it from the first, so don't follow the mysterious visitor into first, or you absolutely cannot mention to Carmosa that you know the money problem, because otherwise you can't get the fugitive ending if that's what you're going for the traveler. So. And now Perrault is here, and we're out with him in the woods at night, and our choice is retire. Then we have how about me? Then we meet the fairy, and we're gonna choose. I could use some help, and we're gonna choose the fairy to help us. We're not gonna search Carmosa's room. We're just gonna go. Now, if we want the traveler ending with the fugitive ending, we have to choose retake the residence. I don't know. The guy just like, this is super important. So it's like, okay, fine. Retake the residence. And then Cinder says, but I have no idea how to approach it. How am I supposed to retake the house where Carmosa's still running the place? It seems there's an obstacle in your path. A barrier placed by another, whose path crosses with yours. As long as the other path continues, yours is blocked. You must erase it. Wait, you mean that I should kill her? Yes, such is the way of fate. Each path continues until it is blocked, it splits, or is erased. I'm not really sure. You came to the lake seeking aid, and we are offering it. You seek counsel, and we are ready to provide it. Pay heed and take what you will. We remember the concord made by your mother. You only need to name your wish. Should I really do it? Yes, and this choice is also very required for getting this ending. I never thought things would come to this. Murder. Truly, did you not see the obstacle in your way? Has the thought of removing it never crossed your mind? I don't know. You seem very cool about it. Don't you care about, well, killing? You ask for aid, and this is what we are offering. Such is fate. Yours and ours. Yes, really is fate, isn't it? There simply is no other way. As long as she lives, I can't ever be free. I agree. Cormosa has to die. But how am I going to do it?
Mortal bodies are both crude and frail as they wither over seasons. But we know of ways to shorten the seasons and turn them into hours. If you come to your mother's grave at night, you will receive a gift which will make your wish come true. It will all be in accord with the agreement made with your mother. It is only fitting it should happen next to her resting place.
Agreement with my mother. I hope I'm not repeating some family mistake.
There is no mistake in fate.
Somehow I don't find it very comforting. Still can't believe I'm doing this.
We can see your mind, and it is clear. You speak of doubt where there is none. You uttered your will, and we have recorded it. You cannot erase it now. So it seems that your path has been decided.
Yes, it looks like I have a plan now. I think I know exactly what to do for the first time in my life. Still would like to go to a grand ball, though. Oh, blah blah blah, Ferris can help her in. Alright, midnight at a graveyard. Not a pleasant night, eh? Dead everywhere, tension in the air, atmospheric night scent shivers down my spine. You feel it too? Nah, you don't feel a thing. You're just laying here doing nothing, aren't you? Not feeling, not caring, not nothing. How bloody convenient for you. Though if you're there, Uncle Billy, I meant nothing wrong. Just speaking to the dead in general to get me some courage. Still miss you and all. But maybe it's not Billy that's caring and watching. A little bird is something to seize our own that should care, eh? If that's the case, here comes your little lassie and nothing you can do about it, no? Sabba true, my dear, sabba true. Oh, it's the same, and then she comes around and says, what are you doing here? Mama, get out of here. How are you getting... A little bit slow, birdie, or what? Don't tell me I expected the bloody prince, bloody charming. But who told you to be here? How did you know I'd be waiting? One question at a time. I remember when our Lucy used to wonder about everything since she was little. Bloody nosy that brat was. Stop blabbering and spill it. There you go again, lassie, not listening, interrupting. That's not nice now, is it? Don't they teach noble birds any manners these days?
Would you be so kind as to tell me?
Oh, the hell with that. How did you know? Ah, what bloody difference does that make? I got's what you want. I brought it to ya. If you want to chat, you should have asked for a conversational speaker, lassie. So, are you going to give me the poison or not? Thought you never asked, lassie. Here you go. Looks so normal. Innocent little bottle. How does it work? Hush, come closer. You ready to know a secret? Alright, it kills people. Ugh. Don't you have a job to do here? And one that you get paid for? You just come here to brighten my day. I need to get angry, so stop wrinkling your pretty face, eh? I got you poison, the job's already paid in full for that, of that I'm sure. It's actually really good since I don't have any money. Yeah, no, I presume this is all the same as before, so, yeah. Right, here we go. So here's, like, the next day for the ball, and, Cormosa's in her study. Or maybe it's the night before, because people were talking about the... No, it's just the day, it's the morning, okay, And then Cinders comes in and something with a meal. So last time. So, what's happened to you, girl? Since when are you serving me meals without being ordered? Or care for how tight my schedule is, for that matter? I don't know, I thought you must be busy with the ball and all the preparations. I just try to be nice for once. What's going on with you? Why are you so tense? Second thought, don't answer that. I don't have time for this nonsense. Put the tray on the desk and leave. Alright, we're back in the palace. And now we're in the forest and getting dressed on the ferry, and the ferry says something. Indeed you do. I don't know what Cinder says before. And remember this. Fate is never changed cheaply. To lift its weight and alter the shape of the countless future matters. It all comes at a price. A price which grows with seasons.
Once it is ripe, it will be revealed, and you will be summoned to pay it. We wish you good fortune, Cinders. It is time for you to go. And we're going to the palace, I think. Yes, we're here. Blah blah blah, ball.
Alright, now we're after the ball, and Captain Perrault is here, and they fetch Cinders, and Cinders says, "You're looking for me, Captain? It's a bit of a surprise to see you here."
I'm sure it is.
Cinders, you are hereby arrested for a poisoning attempt on Lady Cormosa, your stepmother. What? That's impossible! Cinders, is that true? Of course not. Why would I do it? These accusations are ridiculous.
Cut the act. We know what you tried to do, and I made sure those are proof of your actions.
Lady Cormosa supplied a sample of the poisoned meal. The reagent used was deadly and hard to discover. None of our alchemists had any doubts it was a murder attempt. That's outrageous! You found poison and immediately jumped to the conclusion it was me. She could as well planned it there herself to get me arrested. How can you honestly think it was me?
I didn't honestly think you would make me breakfast and serve it in my private chambers. Of that you had no habit either. Did you really think I would not get suspicious at all? Already the second whiff revealed the deadly smell of poison. I got it to the captain immediately.
I can't believe that! She finally snapped. Flipped, whatever.
I knew you were not happy, but this is a bit of an, forgive the expression, overkill. Don't you think, Cinders? You could also wait for me. 2 heads are better than 1.
Sophia? Captain, this woman is lying. You know me. Do you actually think I would be capable of such a thing? I do not want to believe, but the proof doesn't lie, so I guess I don't know you at all, miss. The world is changing. If even sweet noble girls become treacherous and deceitful, it may be that the prince was right. He does need a different kind of guard. But I'm innocent! Believe me, please! Cormosa benefited from my mother's death and plotted for my father's death and taking over the whole estate. She also had an indecent scheme to come closer to the throne.
The girl's clearly
snapped, whatever, that's clearly making things up in her own defense now. Throwing baseless accusations around like this. Next thing you know, she'll blame you for yesterday's storm or bad crops. Be silent, girl. You are only making it worse for yourself. There's no turning back.
You really think you could outsmart me? Now face it, you've lost.
Enough. I've heard enough of this household and its games for tonight. Had enough. You're going with me, Cinders.
Goodbye, Captain.
I can't believe it.
Ugh.
What happened? Why did we stop? Why did you do it?
Why do you ask? Did something happen? Did you hear something in the woods?
Just answer me.
Because there's one person that has turned my life into living hell. She jumped in right after mother's death to take over the house, seduce my father. She gained more and more control and used it. When father died, she turned my life into a nightmare. Constant oppression and competition. And those 2 poor daughters of hers. I think they had it even worse than me.
I wanted to break free. You know that. I considered many options, but it seemed this is the only one. It wasn't easy, believe me. I can understand all that, but poisoning? Really, Cinders? Do you think there aren't many more unhappy girls in this town? Do you think they all tried to kill their parents? Maybe they just didn't have the chance? How can someone so young come to develop such a grim outlook on the world? I understand you were desperate, but such drastic measures? You could have talked to me. Maybe we could have come up with something better. Like what? You would come and threaten her with a sword of yours? How would that be any different? And do you think it was easy? That I didn't look for another option? That I don't hate myself now? What's worse? My only regret now is that it didn't work. For the rest of my life, I'll know that not only did I try to kill my own stepmother, but I also failed even at that. So take me to that bloody dungeon and stop torturing me with questions I can't answer. I won't. I can't bring myself to throw you into prison. You are misguided. You came to the horribly wrong conclusions, but just go. Run away and never come back. Hopefully you will find a better life out there.
You're letting me go?
Yes, and I won't repeat that. Move before I change my mind.
Come with me.
What?
Come with me. Let's run away together. From tomorrow on, you're no longer the captain of the Royal Guard. There's nothing for you here.
Especially if I let you escape. Lost my post, crossed the law for the first time, and defied honor in one fell swoop. Life is full of surprises.
But you can start over. I almost did a terrible thing to escape from the nightmare my home and my life were. How long before you feel the same here? The world is changing.
That it is. I do know there's no place for me here anymore. But what guarantee do I have that anywhere else is different?
What are you doing, Sasha? None. But here everyone knows who you are, and what they know limits your possibilities of who you can be. Or at least makes it way harder. We can go anywhere, find places with the opportunities we want, and with people who have yet to know us, and with no memories to hold us back. Find the life we talked about that night near the lake. Doesn't that sound wonderful to you? Aren't you at least curious?
It does, and I am. But isn't this the white lie people tell themselves to make life easier? That I can go elsewhere and it will be better?
Isn't it better already? Because you see, when we travel together, we will live the adventures we want and choose the world we think there should be. And we will enjoy it immensely.
So, how do we start?
Give me your hand, and off we go.
What? A few hours earlier, he was talking to the fairy, and we've seen this. Alright, the ending. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Failed attempt at poisoning her stepmother forced her to run away from the town like a common criminal. Saved only by Captain Perrault's mercy, she lives in constant fear of being recognized and caught by the law. She doesn't understand that no one really cares anymore. At least she's not alone. Captain Perrault decided to leave his old life of duty and take his chance by escaping with a curious girl he hardly knows. They became a pair of adventurers, living a short but intensive life that would be lauded in tales and songs for years to come. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Cormosa and her daughters. These moments of nostalgia quickly pass though, when she realizes that she lives a new life now, one that would be impossible if she decided to stay. Whee! Quit the menu, you have unlocked the new ending, indeed we have. And this is the only time we're gonna go with the fugitive ending. All the others, I think, are like traveler endings, but we're like traveling with different people. Yeah, because you can only have fugitive or traveler, so we're mostly gonna do traveler. That is either with Perrault or the witch and stuff like that. Wait, we have unlocked traveler and with Perrault. I don't know if we should like play through that with choices or if we should just. Oh, maybe we can. We don't really have to read much, just the choices. All right, but that's it for today's episode, that one, and maybe next time we can do the rest of them. I don't know, but anyways, that's it for this one. So thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you